Hey guys, back at it. This is day 330, 331, 332, and 333 in my 1 year daily diary challenge. This challenge was prompted after I completed a 100-day challenge, and those first 100 days were intuitively prompted through a meditation session. So I have missed a whole lot of days just getting caught up in life and moving and packing and all the fun stuff that comes along with it. So I do apologize that I haven't been recording each individual day, but these are 4 combo days all together, a Thursday, a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday. So we are in the end of May, beginning of June. Thursday was a school day, so got the kids up and ready for school. Took each of them individually. Now, my son had wanted to get up early, and he asked me to wake him up early, so I did. And he's been doing his oil swishing in the morning and at night, which has been cool. He got up early after I took my daughter to school, and I just was helping him get in, his backpack ready, all his snacks in there, his computer, like everything he needed for school just in there. And this little man has just grown so much over the last couple of years, and it's crazy to see him just so big and doing his own thing. And both of my kids, it's just crazy to see how far they've grown and gotten and how they've matured. And so I have been in this mode of learning to be less reactive and more in a space of pause, and that has really helped a lot. Just showing the kids how to regulate and showing them, that I'm a human being and I'm able to change and grow and shift and move and do different things. So we have been able to just navigate these tough mornings because I've been able to pause more and I've been able to regulate myself more. And so that's been able to help them regulate themselves. So that was just a long-winded explanation for the beautiful mornings we've been having. So got him ready, got him to school, and nothing crazy happened getting my daughter to school. It's been raining on and off here, and which is fine. I do love the rain. I love and enjoy it so much, and we definitely needed it just to wash away pollen and just replenish the water supply for the plants and the earth. So they went to school and they got into that. After I dropped my son off to school, I just went home and got into my workout routine and got into some cleaning and purging. And of course, it's always different things I'm doing daily, as far as taking out the trash, doing the dishes, cleaning the sink, vacuuming, mopping the floors, cleaning the bathrooms. It's been a little different too because we have been, or not we, the kids have been helping a little bit, but it's mostly I'm packing and purging and listing things for sale and shifting things around. So I had some people who were interested in coming to get some. I over-ordered on cups for my coffee pop-ups, and so I have over 1,000 cups and lids, and I just don't want to move them. And so I'm trying to sell them before I move. And I've been able to sell syrups, and I've been able to sell coffee, and I've been able to sell excess supplies, which is great. But hopefully I can sell these cups. So somebody inquired about them, and they've kind of not showed up a couple of times. And so they were supposed to show up today. And I've been texting and calling with my man in Florida, and we have just been communicating about what he's doing, communicating what I'm doing, and he's in a shift of work. And so, it's just trying to keep up with 4 days after not remembering what's going on is a little challenging, but I am doing my best. So Thursday was just a normal day. Kids go to school, I do stuff in the house. And then they came home from school, so I picked them both up from the bus stop because it was raining. And my daughter asked me to take her to the store to get a stapler, and so I just really quickly picked her up from the bus and went to the store with her to get a stapler. And then we came home to get my son from the bus stop, and I just, made some quick food for everybody. We had some stuff in the house, and my daughter and I, were watching different things, and she was getting into a project she needed to get into. And my son, he's just wanted to go to the puppy place every day. And so we did that for a little bit. But then I decided to take off my shoes and my socks and go outside and stand in the rain and just get wet and just absorb the rain and just be like a little kid and jump in puddles and be silly. And so I did that. And then, just came in and relaxed, and, we all got ready for bed and we went to bed, and my son's been really cute going to bed, wanting his magnesium lotion massages and just talking about whatever he needs to talk about and connect with him. And so then, we got up on Friday, and Friday's an early day for everybody. We all go together, and I take my daughter to school, and then after that, take my son to Whole Foods for his date time. And so we just enjoyed the date time of us together going through the store, picking out what he wanted to pick out for his snacks, as he was very thoughtful about it. And then dropped him off at school early, and, carried him over, piggybacked him. Like, this is the last couple of weeks that I'm going to be doing this, doing our secret handshake and just enjoying that time of dropping him off and connecting with him like that. So Friday is supposed to be a day for me to go out to a coffee thing, but again, I just was not feeling it, and so I'm not trying to force myself to do things that feel kind of clunky. And so I just stayed home and I did my workout routine. I did my sauna. I have been not doing sauna as much just because of my knees still being all scabbed up from falling. And I did it today, or did it Friday, and so that was just, a good thing to do. And then I started to move stuff around because I'm trying to get everything painted this weekend, touching up things. So I pulled out the ladder after I showered and, got myself put together after working out. Moved the bed, which is just literally like I rolled it up, and took the ladder out and took some of the decorations I have on the wall down. Patched up some things with the putty, and let that dry. So that was like my bedroom. And then I looked around all the house to see like where these touch-up spots might be that I needed to paint. And then I looked in my daughter's room to see like I had to paint her room, just because it was one of the rooms that needed to be painted. And because she had so much furniture and things on the wall, I was going to wait until we moved. So just kind of got a handle on what needed to be done. And then again, like I said, got to some stuff in the house. But I think what I didn't touch on was that Thursday night, this lady was supposed to come and she flaked. And then, so Friday night, she was like, okay, I'm going to come. And so I just, was like planning for her to come and get the boxes of cups. And she said she worked at a nonprofit and she was going to, she wanted a discount on them. So I was like, fine. I felt that was okay. And after the kids got home from school, which most of the day I was just doing things in the house, like I said, puttying, the spackling the holes and getting things ready, more going through cabinets. I've been going through a lot of the cabinets of like dishes and different spices and seasonings and food pantry items and just like all that stuff. So cabinets everywhere. And again, going through my closet of clothes, and I keep getting rid of more things, and I'm purging down, like I said, from 2 full closets to 1 full-ish closet, not super full at this point, which is great. And I'm trying to purge it down and see if I can't get everything into my dresser and have like hardly any hang up or no hang ups. But yeah, so got the kids from school, and it's Friday, so I was like, your dad's going to pick you up at 9:30 after he's done with work. We're just going to hang around the house. They both packed up their stuff that they needed for their dad's house. My son needed to get a shower, and he wanted to play a game with me, and he was like, Mom, can we just like not play the game? And so I was like, fine, if you don't want to play, that's fine. And this lady was supposed to come and get the cups and stuff. And so my daughter and I were just like doing different things. She had school projects she was working on, and my son was doing his own thing, and I got on the phone with my man and we talked a little bit, and then I realized that the lady for the cups had not contacted me. And sometimes my messenger is really weird. And so she apparently left me a message that she came by and rang the doorbell and nobody was there. And she was so frustrated, and her whole message was just frustration. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't hear the bell. My kids didn't hear the bell. Nobody, nothing, my messages didn't come through. I apologize if you're still in the area, you can swing by around. And so then she sent me a whole bunch of weird messages about coming to this same address for another delivery and what kind of scam am I running. And then she sent me a message to die. And it was just so odd. It was just really, really odd. And so I was like, wow, that's crazy. I don't really know what to do and how to respond, but okay. So I just moved through that, and the kid's dad came and they went out, and I just hung out the evening watching some shows for myself, and then I put myself to sleep and went to sleep. And so then Saturday morning came, and I woke up, and I went in my daughter's room and I started moving her things around to clear it out. And then I got the putty out and I started spackling all of the holes that were in her wall. It was a lot of holes. And just doing that first, getting all of that, then taking the paint stuff and bringing it upstairs, and getting the vacuum ready. And then I sanded the spackle that I did in my room and got that ready to be painted. And so it was just all day Saturday was literally just painting, spackling, sanding, all the things. And so it was a very, very long day. Put the music on, just jammed out, just painted all day. Maybe 7 o'clock is when I finished at p.m. And so I was just doing all that, getting into it. And it was just a long day. And I found myself in the situation where I had told a lady I was going to meet her for a pickup. I was picking up a game for my daughter and I. And so I was painted and just a hot mess meeting this lady to pick up the game, but I did. And when I was waiting, I just connected with my man really quick. And then I went back, but then I was thinking about the painting, and I have these rollers, but I didn't have a rolling, the pan. And so I was like, oh, how am I going to do this? And I just ended up painting the whole room by hand with the brush. And so I did 2 to 3 coats with the brush around. I did all the trim. I didn't tape it. I didn't lay tarp or anything. I just went to town painting by hand this little room. And it took me, all day to do that because, it takes time to do each part of it, and up the ladder, down the ladder, fill the little paint thing. And it was really easy to do all the touch-ups. So as I was painting the big room, I took breaks and I went around and I did like the small spots. And then I took a second and went and did like all the white spots, like doors and trim and whatnot. And so I was really happy with the results. And I was like, okay, super accomplished, got everything touched up, got everything painted. The property manager actually reached out to me to be like, hey, just making sure we're still on the same page. And because the owner is going to come back and actually occupy the unit. They're not going to rent it out anymore. So that's kind of cool. And I was like, great, I'm going to be doing everything I can, like replacing all the filters, getting a full move out clean, touching up the paint, and whatnot. And so that was what I talked about with him. And then I just was like so exhausted on the sofa, just sitting there. And my man was busy with some friends of his. And so it was like not a lot of communication from him. And what I've been noticing this weekend is just I've been feeling the aloneness. Well, the painting kind of distracted me, but then like Sunday came along, and Sunday I was just like chill. My thighs were killing me from all of the up and down and bending and crouching and different things I was doing painting. I actually went to the mall. I forgot about this. I went to the mall on Friday to return some underwear to Victoria's Secret that were sitting in my drawer with tags forever and a day. And got, my daughter's stuff that she needed. And as I'm walking from my car, which was in the parking lot, to the mall and inside to the store, and this has been coming up, and it's something that I've been trying to hide and resist and ignore and kind of like play off. But for the past couple of months, I've had this issue with my right foot and ankle. And I think it's been like longer, actually. It's been maybe 6 months I've started to notice it. But then in the last 3 months, it's been really, really heavily prevalent in my face that I'm having a very hard time walking places. And my right foot is the one that is constantly giving me more problems than the left foot, but both feel heavy and almost like I have lead feet and almost like I need a wheelchair and almost like I need a cane. And, I'm going to get emotional. It's just been something that I've been like playing off and ignoring and just doing my, energy healing and unblocking. And I've been ignoring it and I haven't said it out loud yet. So this is the first time I'm actually saying it out loud. That I don't know what the root cause of it is, but it's really scary. Because when I was going to the mall, it's something like, you don't really think about it when you're walking places. You take it for granted that it's so easy that you're just walking. But I am having a challenging time walking places, and I will avoid going places because of the walking. Like when I went to Florida back in January, and I had a couple of dates, and I had a date and we were walking in downtown Disney. I was having a really hard time walking around, and I was trying to play it off, and I was like, hey, I want to stop. I feel like a little hot. I need to rest. But I never said it out loud that I was having a challenging time walking. And so I don't know if this is like egoic self or if this is a trauma that's built up or what is happening, but in my body, I am having a challenging time walking, and I am having heavy lead feet and ankles and legs. And I am only I'm only in my 40s, my early 40s. This shouldn't be happening. And so I've been doing all these things to try to like work on flexibility, work on longevity, work on strength. But it's like, because I've been ignoring it and because I've not said it out loud, that's the thing that was like, I really need to stop doing that. And I need to just be open and say, hey, I don't know what's going on, but this has been happening. And I'm not trying to bring attention to me. And that's why I haven't said anything, because I don't want to bring attention to myself in that way. So that was Friday, and that was really challenging. And it was actually very emotional, because I was like, this is really ridiculous. Like, I just walking from a normal parking lot inside to the mall, into a store, and then walking from the store out to the car. I was like really having a hard, challenging time just walking. And it's, like I said, it's scary, because I want to do so many things that require walking, and I don't want to be a burden to my family. Emotions again. So that's been a really big thing on my mind lately, just not wanting to be a burden and not speaking this out loud to anybody yet. So this whole weekend being by myself has just been challenging, because it's not like I've been doing anything. I've really been relaxing. But I've been feeling more in this hermit, secluded by myself, pulled away from everything mode. And it's just really hard. And it's really hard because I can't really do anything about it right now. I'm moving and I'm packing and I'm getting ready to shift from different cities and different states. And then I'm going to be around people all the time, and I'm going to be jumping back into like a new community and like a new boyfriend and like all this connection. I'm going from no connection to all this connection. And then I have this thing that I haven't talked about. And it's just like really, really hard to figure out how to navigate the space and what I actually need to work on and focus on. And yeah, all of that. So Sunday was just a very alone day. And I woke up and I relaxed and I took it easy. And then I moved throughout the day. Like I said, I was in the kitchen pretty much all day, just going through the pantries, going through the cupboards, I threw away like 3 garbage bags full of like food stuff that wasn't needed. I filled a bag for my ex, like of food that he could use. I filled another bag for the thrift store, just like cups and straws and like different random shit from my kitchen. I am just getting rid of so much stuff and needing boxes to pack things up, but then it's like still early in the month and I can't pack things up yet. And just being in this weird place of all of the transition. And so I literally just like had, like I said, such an emotional, alone, weird weekend away from the kids. And I connected with them. I didn't overly connect, but I connected with them when, it's nighttime, said goodnight to them. Been very good about like reducing that need for connection with them. And that I'll see them on Monday. But yeah, it was a crazy couple of days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Like I said, sometimes I forget to record since we're getting close to the end and I'm getting in this transition period. It's getting harder for me to keep up with everything. And sometimes when I have the kids around and we're in like a different schedule, it's hard for me to record in the morning. But anyway, I'm not going to complain about it. I just, catch up and I record a couple at a time. But yeah, I just have this new thing that's not so new, but I've been hiding it and holding on to it and letting it fester and letting it just eat away at me. And like, that's a lot of fear. that's inside about this thing going on, and I really don't know what it is or what's causing it or the root of everything, but it's my mission to just figure it out and continue to manifest and be positive and do my healing and continue on the path that I feel drawn to no matter what. And like I said, just put in the work on my own and keep moving. And so I thank you guys for being here, for supporting me. Leave what doesn't resonate, take what does. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all the things or none of the things. But I am just here to complete my mission of 365 days, the whole entire year of daily diary entries. So I hope you have the most wonderful, amazing, fabulously blessed day, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.